So, yeah, like I was saying, I come home and I went ahead and read 33 since you picked another two-parter, which this is really a two-parter because honestly, the damn first issue just like stops halfway through it. I did watch the first two episodes of Moon Knight.
Woohoo! What'd you think?
It's not Moon Knight from the comics.
Of course it's not.
Yeah, it's not Moon Knight from the comics. It is
Woke Knight.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I haven't seen third episode yet. Did you? And he dropped a new one last night too, right? So 4 out now. You watched the fourth one?
I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. Grounds that you incriminate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to watch the third one. And that I was going to watch it last night, but I decided instead to watch the new Batman movie with Pattinson, whatever.
I can't afford the HBO Max.
Oh,
nor do I wish to.
There's a lot of stuff on HBO I like. I mean, whatever. But I wanted to watch it. I didn't go see it in theaters. I know everybody was saying it was the greatest Batman movie of all time. That's because it was the most recent one they watched.
Mm-hmm.
If they were honest with themselves, they would realize this is not the greatest Batman movie of all time. That's still probably The Dark Knight until you get to the last 5 minutes of it. And all that BS about he's not the hero we need, but he's the hero we deserve. Jesus Christ, go away, people. Leave me the hell alone. He's Batman.
That's where people. That's where my woke night comment can come in.
I'm just like, Jesus. It just hurt. That movie was incredible. The last 5 minutes, just like, really? That's what you got. That's what I'm getting. I do like the fact, though, honestly, I was watching it and I can't remember the actress that plays Catwoman. You know, she was saying that
it's Jason Momoa's stepdaughter.
Is it? I can't remember her name. But
it's Zoe Kravitz, so it's Lenny Kravitz's actual daughter.
Oh, okay.
She was the one that came out with all the bullshit remarks that you're not allowed to comment on how I look, sexist pig.
Oh, well.
Okay.
I mean,
that's right. We're white. What do they call us? Cis males? Whatever the fuck that bullshit is.
Well, I watched it.
Oh, that's right. And the Punana. Never mind.
I watched it and it was okay. The whole Catwoman thing on her mask, when you see it, when you finally watch it, looks like a damn ski mask that they cut too much out of. It didn't do it for me. But she did say that
Riddler should have got a hold of her and just, duct taped her whole head.
Well, she said something like Pattinson looked really good in the Batman suit. You know, he wore it well. And that's something I did think of that was good. That's one of the things I liked about the Nolan movies is, I know it sounds terrible, but Batman wasn't enormous. I mean, in the Snyder movies with freaking
Batfleck.
With Batfleck, I mean, he's damn Dark Knight Returns Batman. He's the 75-year-old, 280-pound, out of shape, muscle bound Batman that can't really glide on the ropes anymore because he's too damn big.
Fleck is like almost 60 now, so
yeah, I'm like, damn, but he had that thin kind of really not super muscular, but thin, muscular kind of athletic build. So I thought it worked pretty good for it.
More like a year one Batman kind of.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, what they were shooting for.
I do too.
What's the hardcover series they were doing? The Earth One stuff.
Yeah. The Earth One stuff.
That was pretty good. So it's all like them, but like younger, I guess, supposed to be like their steal of like the ultimate Spider-Man, but this was the ultimate Batman.
Ultimate Batman, ultimate Superman. The Superman year one stuff's supposed to be really good. I just haven't had a chance to read it all. And then Marvel did they did something similar with the characters. They did like they did a Thor book, a Hulk book, and something else that was kind of on that same lines. But I can't remember. I picked up the Thor one, I think it was. But in between that and everything else, it's just like, whoa, there's too much stuff to read. But I thought it was okay. The soundtrack got on my nerves a little bit. It was very repetitive. The soundtrack was just.
Oh, that must be from your comment of it must have been real easy to put this soundtrack together.
Oh my God, dude! It's the same like 5 damn notes throughout the whole movie. They were some really good scenes though. The car scene where he chases Penguin and manages to flip the car over, and he gets out, and it's kind of from the Penguin's point of view where he's upside down. So the whole screen is flipped 180 and Batman's walking upside down toward him. That's really good. The car coming out of the damn fire is good. Some of the fight scenes are really good. My wife said it's kind of freaky that he's getting the hell beat out of him. I'm like, honey, this is Batman from the comics. He gets the hell beat out of him all the time in the old comics. It's only the new stuff in the last 10 years where, nobody can lay a glove on him. That's...
What it is Batman from the last 10 years is actually Kal-El dressing up as Batman. That's the only explanation behind that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he sees everybody and he can't be beaten. And there's a Daredevil story. I'll have to dig it out. We'll have to do it on the podcast. It's like a 2 or 3 issue thing. And there's one line that really got me, and it's something from the Bible. I can't remember with it. And there's a lot of the religious stuff in Daredevil comics anyway, because he's Catholic, where he talks about how he's beaten down, and Daredevil gets the hell beat out of him in the book. But the righteous man rises again and continues forward. And it's just great. And that's the same thing with Batman. He gets the hell beat out of him, and he comes back, harder, faster, the whole 9 yards. But
I used to think that Daredevil was Marvel's Batman.
Yeah, well, I still
and then to an extent, but I was corrected by my local comic shop. He goes, no, Daredevil is Marvel's punching bag.
Oh my God!
Moon Knight is Marvel's Batman.
Moon Knight is Marvel's Batman without the years of childhood therapy that Bruce Wayne received because he had plenty of money. The other thing that it showed, and this is actually going to modern Batman comics in the movie, is how important Alfred really is to Batman as a character. I mean, okay, cool. In the modern books, you've killed him. He managed to have billions of dollars that he squirreled away because his ass didn't buy anything, and he gave it to Nightwing. So now Nightwing's a billionaire, blah, 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 blah. But Alfred is Batman's father figure. And even in the movie, when you watch it, you'll see, he's fighting against that. You're not my dad. He tells him that a couple times. But then at the end, he's like, I'm the only one he has. I mean, damn it, Bruce, make up your mind, and there's a really cool Father's Day annual or something from a couple years ago. I think King wrote it, where Bruce actually gives Alfred like a Father's Day card, and it's great. But overall, the movie is not a terrible movie. It is a little long. Some of the costume choices could have been a little better. I thought the Penguin was great.
See, I looked at him and I go, man, that's not Penguin.
Yeah, it's not, it's as close to a real life Penguin as you could get, the ultra realistic. But now they're talking about they're not even going to do a new, another movie or something. They were claiming that and some of the crap, and it just made $750 million or something. So, yes, they're going to do another Batman movie. It's the only thing that DC and Warner Brothers is kind of getting right movie wise.
And that's they're doing the Joker movie. They're doing another Joker movie with Joaquin Nutcase.
I kind of like the Joker movie, but it's not the Joker from the comic books.
No,
it's
falling down.
Yeah, which that's an entirely different, incredible movie itself. But yes, the sad thing is even though like Aquaman, the Aquaman movie, you know, with Momoa with the black hair, you know, kind of freaked me out at first, and I was so upset about it. And I know, you know, because he wouldn't dye his hair and all this other crap. But the movie was fun, and that's the whole thing. Sometimes I think they forget, or a lot of people forget. This crap is escapism. There's enough BS in the world. It's supposed to be fun.
And then what was it? All the Marvel fanboys, like the diehard Marvel fanboys, like, you will read other books besides Marvel.
Yeah.
The internet clowns will not. So they're like, oh, I've seen this before. Oh, that's right. It's Black Panther with Jason Momoa. I'm like, no, it's a different storyline. But I hate to tell you, every movie after the original Matrix looked like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Because it was state-of-the-art crap. So now this is state-of-the-art crap. Everything's going to, like, have a similarity to this.
Yeah, it's going to look like that. But, yeah, I mean, to me, though, it sounds terrible, but the two best franchises in the DC universe are probably Aquaman. Well, Batman's its own thing, okay? Mm-hmm. But are probably Aquaman and Shazam, because the first Shazam movie was so much fun and so silly. It was just fun. I don't know how freaking Black Adam's going to be. That it kind of terrifies me.
All we know is we get the JSA.
Yeah.
Some of the JSA.
Yeah, I mean,
but we will get more of the JSA than we did in that 2-part episode of Smallville. Even though they nailed the JSA table and headquarters
in that movie or that series.
That special, yeah.
Who else is going to show up in it? Is it we're going to get Garrick at least?
We're probably going to get Jay Garrick, and I'm sorry, but at this point, I will accept nobody but John Wesley Shipp as Jay Garrick, because he plays the perfect Jay Garrick on the CW series.
Okay.
And has now played Barry Allen, Barry Allen's dad, Barry Allen's nemesis, a couple of them.
That's what happens when you've got to get typecast.
And Jay Garrick, yeah. He doesn't wear anything that isn't run fast in, on screen.
Yeah, because they got rid of the new Flash. Apparently, his ass got fired because of something.
Oh yeah. He was having supposedly he was having temper tantrums. Maybe he wasn't woke enough for the rest of them.
I don't know.
Where they poke at the bear until the bear does what bears do. And then they play victim. Who knows? They turn into their version of Amber Heard. It's not turning out well for her either. So did you get any cool stuff this week?
Actually, I did. I was going to do this and we may do this next week. I'm still debating now. It's in my head. I got outbid on a halfway decent copy and had to, because I really want to read the book, I had to backtrack, and I went and got the giant size reprint. Sadly, though, the reprints another issue from the same series, not the story I wanted to read in it. So I got a reprint, giant size Fantastic Four, number 5. This would be annual 5, but this is the reprint. First appearance of oh God. Now you made me forget. Psycho Man. Yeah, first appearance of Psycho Man. The original annual number 5 has a backup solo Silver Surfer story in it. It's the first Silver Surfer story by himself. With no
and that's the one you wanted to read. And
that's the one I wanted to read. So I got that, and in the back of it is another Fantastic. They reprint another Fantastic Four comic, so it's an early issue. So I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I really wanted to read that. And I actually bought these. A guy was selling them on Facebook. He had great price on them. So I messaged him, and he's like, yeah, no problem. I'll buy. I'll send them out to you. So I got You ready?
Uh-oh.
The Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Omnibus. All the Todd McFarlane issues of Spider-Man from ASM. And a few like random issues before and after, I guess, to finish up the storyline. This is a pretty hefty book. It's like 900 pages. Good Lord. 823 it looks like. And the other one I got, which I'm debating to read the giant size Fantastic Four or something from this book. Are you ready? The Man-Thing Omnibus.
Yeah, not a fan.
Really? You don't like Man-Thing?
No. I'm a Swamp Thing fan.
Yeah, well, dude, they're both awesome characters. They're different, completely different.
Yeah, I know. But see, my buddy Chris, as we call him, Darth, is a Man-Thing fan.
Yeah.
Never got into Swamp Thing, so he would appreciate that probably because all of his early and key appearances are under plastic with him.
Under plastic? He's got them all locked up?
No,
he's got them encapsulated.
Yeah, they're in see-through coffins.
I actually saw. I didn't break it out for the podcast. I'll have to get it out one day before, or send you a picture of it. I was doing something anyways online, and that Savage Tales #1, is spiking in value.
1,300. Well, what it is when something starts speculating, everybody goes looking for it, and all of a sudden, everybody pays to take their listings down to see who's got the highest sell through when there's not that many up there. And then once that happens, they get theirs graded and slap them up there.
Well, I have got a really nice copy, but it's away. And I didn't buy it for the original Man-Thing story in it. It's the first black and white Conan magazine as well. But I have I think I got like the first 10 issues of Savage Tales. The first 5 are Conan. And the next 5 are all Khazar, which is cool. I actually didn't realize this too. I have the second appearance of Man-Thing too, because it's in Astonishing Tales like 12 when Khazar takes over that after Doom, and it's Dr. Doom and I can't remember who the other character was in it now. It leave the book. It may have been Dr. Doom and Khazar. But Doom leaves the book and it's Khazar only, I think it is. Yeah.
After 10 issues, they took Conan out of Savage and put in Khazar. After 5. Well, yeah. That's cool. Not wanted, but cool.
Well, the thing is after that, apparently the black and white was such a hit. That's when they started Savage Sword of Conan. So they took him out, but then he got his own book.
So,
all right, what'd you get? A Walmart bag.
I got a Walmart bag with fresh wet blueberries on it. Blueberry.
Probably GMO.
My lovely wifey got me a bunch of cool stuff. I haven't this is the first time I'm taking it out of the bag. So.
Oh, the Riddler.
Yeah, these are like the little Funko keychains.
Yeah. My kid got me the He-Man ones for Christmas.
Oh, look, it's a Selena Kyle with too much of the face mask cut out.
See? I told you. Look at it.
That would not stay up over her nose, I'm sorry.
It's weird looking.
We haven't watched the movie yet, so.
Well, when you watch it, you'll message me and go, damn, that mask is weird looking.
Oh.
Batman.
Let me get the Batman. They go, the Batman. No, Adam West was the Batman. You're just a Batman. Oh, dum. I told her this was too expensive, yet she bought it for me anyway.
Oh, the Mando.
No.
Oh, Boba Fett. I see it now. Yeah, Boba Fett on the throne.
Yeah, that's the book of Boba Fett. It's Boba on Jabba's throne, and what's her name? The Cavalry from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., also known as Fennec, because she was in Boba and Mando. What else?
What was it? Toy Day?
Oh,
The Crow figure. I remember that movie came out.
This is a Walmart exclusive. It opens up like a VCR tape.
Oh, sweet.
Wait a minute. I
hadn't seen that thing yet.
I'm going to hide Boba down there because
it's like
you got Eric Draven there. And it's a double clamshell. So it's him looking through
the mirror,
the
window
that he kicked out. And then
there's his gravestone.
The gravestone and the stand for the gravestone, the stand for the crow, and his album.
Weren't they going to relaunch that movie?
1,000,000 times. And they actually did 1,000,000 times.
I know they did it a couple times. I've never seen any of the other ones.
There was the second one that had Iggy Pop in it. There was the third one that had the kid who played either in the second Terminator had Sarah Connor's kid, the young kid.
Oh, yeah.
He played the Crow. He was in it, and Mary Jane from the 80s or 90s Spider-Man there, Kirsten Dunst, was in it too. She was like 13 or 14 in that though. I guess it's a poster. It says Hangman's Joke, Club Trash, Halloween Night. So I gotta save this one over here. There's like a little ding in it right there, but I don't care. I got one. It's better than the other one, she said. So, yeah, that's it. But I got to leave that one out for Monday night when we finally relaunch the Seanzilla Art Show and show.
The Seanzilla Art Show, huh?
Yeah. He had to get like a real job. Well, not quite a real job, but he had to get a day job. So the art was kind of like falling off for him. It was that time of year where people like, yeah, I don't have too much money, and they were looking and saying, "Oh, it's like $16.50 a pound for ground beef. Thanks, Joe."
Yeah, everything's gone up.
So, $7 a gallon for gasoline and all kinds of stuff like that. But he's a big Crow fan, and I sold him one of my original McFarlane Crows.
I didn't know McFarlane did an original. Like, when was that?
When he was doing the movie Maniacs. Back in like the early 2000s, he did the movie Maniacs line. There was 4 of them originally.
Mm-hmm.
Crow, Norman Bates as Mama.
Oh, cool.
I think they did a Leatherface that I never bought. And they did a Michael Myers that I had.
Sadly, the only one of those I'd probably want would be the Psycho, the Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Either way, let's get this going. Yo, yo, yo.
So we're back, and this time we're the actual book we were talking about, Werewolf,
Yep.
number 32.
First appearance of the Moon Knight. I saw somebody listing this in Facebook Marketplace yesterday. And every time they're trying, I see every time somebody's trying to rip somebody off in Facebook Marketplace, the first thing they put down is no lowball offers.
Yeah.
You will be blocked. In other words, if we tell people how much that this book is actually worth, you will block us because that's what mommy and daddy told you to do in your basement apartment.
Well, I don't know about all that. I saw some people trying to sell one. Like it was a super high grade, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really look that much. It's not on my want list. And it was like $3,000 or something. And I'm like, really?
Oh, yeah.
$3,000? You got to be freaking kidding me.
Wait. A graded one. A 6.0 graded copy of this book. Dude had it at over $4,000. Or best offer, no low ballers.
Yeah. Best offer, about $350.
He blocked me. I told him the only low baller I know is his mama.
Oh my God. Mean ass. I don't see.
I got Thomas to kind of curse. Not a real one, but just enough to throw that back up there. Okay.
The thing is I mean, there's so many. That's why I was thinking about the Man Thing book. I mean, in the 70s, Marvel had their superhero kick in the 60s, and they were pushing it. And then come the early 70s, the comic book authority, whatever you want to call them, Comics Code Authority had relaxed. So they were bringing back all these monsters. I mean, we got Dracula, we got Werewolf, Man Thing is, whatever. We got Zombie, we got Frankenstein's monster. There was a bunch of them. They're all coming back. Horror books were coming back. And I won't say they all had the same look, but if you read into them, dude, they're all like that same kind of, that vibe is similar. The books are crossing over. And the only one of those that I think is probably kind of worth, because it's the same time period, worth the money they're wanting now, is freaking Spotlight 5, first Ghost Rider. He's insanely popular. And I got the first issue of the new series, but haven't read it yet. I mean, I don't know if it's any good.
That Spotlight 5 is not worth what a lot of people are asking for it, but yeah,
it's way worth, maybe way more than first Moon Knight. Way more than first.
And it's the first real Ghost Rider. It's the first real Ghost Rider, as far as I was concerned. Yeah. It was Johnny Blaze. Of course, they had their other Ghost Rider prior to that, the dude that rode the horse.
Now, I saw one of those for sale in the Facebook Marketplace. I didn't see what the final bid was the other day. So it was up to $400 for a Ghost Rider number 4 from the 50s. But the thing that's sad about that is the only thing that it's by Frazetta. That's why everybody wants it. The only thing Frazetta did in the book was the freaking cover. I don't even know who did the interior art. He only does the cover. But now we can say this first appearance of Moon Knight in Werewolf by Night. This is not the Moon Knight everybody loves. You can tell this is a first appearance. They give him his name. He gets his costume. You get a background information where he is, but dude, there's no signs of multiple personalities. None of this other stuff. It's just, this is not the Moon Knight from the TV show or even the later comics.
This is the Moon Knight that I like.
Really?
Where instead of his personality disorder, he just used to masquerade as those people.
That's the other thing. Yeah, is it really? And that's what I was talking to my wife about, because she really likes the series and we were watching it. It's kind of like, I always thought in the early issues of Moon Knight where he does that, it's kind of like Batman when he goes out and I matches Malone.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretending to be somebody else. He's not. And then I can't remember when the whole multiple personality thing come into effect. You'd have to do something with that. I don't know.
I think that was when they relaunched it as Mark Spector Moon Knight.
Oh, in that what was that? Early 80s?
Early 80s, yeah.
Or mid 80s, not early 80s. Because the original series was still going on in the early 80s.
Yeah, it's early enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm old.
But so cool. Werewolf by Night. You having a chance against the Moon Knight monster. Face hard.
Yeah.
Dude, this suit has to weigh a ton. What in the world? Why is it doing that? Okay. All right, there it is. So we may have to back up. So Stalker by Moon Knight. This is, you said it last week, writer Doug Monch, Don Perlin, and I guess it's his brother. Howie Perlin.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Holloway was the letterer, colorist was Phil Racci, and editor was Lin Wynn. And it starts out.
Great Len.
Yep. Dude, he did so much stuff. He was awesome. Starts out kind of like a modern book, though. In the middle, it's like in the middle of a fight. It just picks up right here. And all we do is see the werewolves getting the hell beat out of him by this guy dressed in a solid, white costume, which we discover is
silver,
because that's the way he's covered. Yeah, it's silver. That's what I'm saying. So his gloves are silver in here. He's got silver in the boots. The little boomerangs are silver. This crap had to weigh a ton.
Well, I guess being a millionaire and the fact that your target is a werewolf might make you make your costume out of silver. Like his gauntlets are silver, the spikes are silver, his crescent moonerangs are silver, the bullets in his gun are silver, the knife is silver.
But see, now that's the thing. Is he in here? Is he a millionaire? He's a mercenary.
I don't think he's a millionaire. I think he pretends to be one in civvies, but he's case in point. Yeah. If I was a millionaire and a merc, I would not be excited about a gig that paid me $10,000.
Exactly. I mean, even he doesn't even have the costume. He shows up and they give it to him.
Granted, $10,000 back then is probably worth $1.5 million now because the dollar is worthless because somebody just keeps printing it like it's free copy paper. I don't know.
Oh, well, if Nixon hadn't taken it off his gold standard. But so yeah, I mean, but see, he doesn't even we not really go through the whole thing because it's like this is a freaking two issue fight. But yeah, he's beating the hell, and then we learn he's got all these so he's fighting Werewolf, and he hits him with the silver gauntlets there with the studs on him, and then he does what is it here? He a savate kick, to the werewolf's head, knocks him out. They just fight for like 2 pages. He even hits him with the little boomerangs there. They stick in his chest, dude. That hurts like hell. Have to hurt. And we do find out the back issue of how Jack Russell actually got here because he attacked his friend in the snow and kind of hid his clothes and then ran away. And eventually the damn hospital come and picked his friend up. The ambulance took him there. He's gonna die. We find out he gets put in a coma. But all this is this is the backstory from the last issue and kind of other such. Now, where the hell was the book The Darkhold talked about? Because in here he says that's why he actually turns into, in the series, that's why he turns into the werewolf, because his dad was cursed by the Darkhold book. And the curse passes to him when he turned 18.
And then when he dies, it'll pass to his sister.
To his sister, yeah, and she'll become the werewolf eventually. But yeah, he finds out, that he damn near kills his friend and gets upset, and he storms off.
I just find it funny that somebody named after a dog turns into a werewolf.
I know, dude. I tried not to say that.
And it's a little cute lap dog too.
Yeah, it's a little Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, Jack Russell Terrier. I'm a werewolf. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Eat your kibbles and bits and shut the hell up. But yeah, he even slams his hand in there. Now, this is not the werewolves from Dungeons and Dragons, because he would like heal and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what is wrong with my thing? Pages are being weird. Go back to the beginning, I guess. I don't know why it's doing this. I'll have to look at it. Oh, yeah. So he storms off after he finds out his friend may die. And his sister's, his sister and I guess her roommate are like, hey, we'll call you if anything happens. Be careful. And he, his hand's storming off. His hand's swelling, and he still storms off and drives away. Mm-hmm. And they don't want to hang with him because he's going to be turned into the werewolf when the moon comes out. So he goes back to his dad's house. Now, why in the hell did his dad let the Moon Knight in the house?
His stepdad, yeah.
Yeah, stepdad. I mean, why? I mean, I don't know. Maybe him and his stepdad have some issues. But here's where we, Moon Knight.
Do. This is one issue, and then 33 is the next issue.
Oh, God. Moon Knight's in here, and he's like, hey, it's a stupid name. But let me introduce yourself. And then now we get Moon Knight's back issue. So, which is what it is. So back in the warehouse here, so you're Mark Spector. I'm, I get that in time, blah, blah, blah. He says, soldier of fortune, mercenary, veteran of 3 American wars, 5 South American revolutions, brief flirtation with the CIA, weapons expert, versatile practitioner of virtually all the martial arts, ex-prize fighter, Marine commando, 8 years prior battle as a lieutenant without beating 8 years prior to beating a lieutenant to within an inch of his life, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, so your research department's hot stuff. I was told there'd be money. And yeah, like I said, so they're offering him $10,000 to bring in Jack Russell Terrier, who's actually a werewolf, and they want him alive. Mm-hmm. And they tell him, he says, don that rather unique costume and use all of the equipment and weapons inside and your inherent abilities to capture him. So, I mean, he's basically just a mercenary who they give a suit to and say, hey, go beat that dude up, but we want you to wear this suit. That's it. I was like, this is
for your protection.
Yeah. That's
what year is it? 1984. Okay.
It's just, I don't know. So the thing is, so there's the stepdad who lets him in, and after he talks to Jack and tells him what the hell's going on, he has a change of heart and decides that he's going to stop the Moon Knight from apprehending his kid. Run, Jack.
Run. You can't hold him long. No kidding.
No. Yeah. Didn't you just read his resume on the page before?
Yeah. Right.
Damn it.
Why did you not read that, Pop?
So he runs out, and of course, when he gets outside, he turns into the werewolf again. And here comes this. Frenchie, I think, is in the later comics too.
He's in like the first series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the first,
for sure, because I remember him. And then one day I picked up, some random Moon Knight issue, and I'm like, dude, where's Frenchie?
Yeah.
And where did this crescent-shaped plane that would never be able to fly show up at?
Oh, come on now. It's a flying wing. It could fly.
Yeah.
Dang it. I don't know about all the hovering and stuff. But yeah, so Frenchie's got a freaking, like a news copter that he's out there with. Where they had the big bubbles at the front of the news helicopters.
That's one of the decommissioned G.I. Joe or Batman Mego copters from the 70s.
Is that what it is?
It looks like it, yeah.
So he's heading out. And, of course, Moon Knight, swinging from his freaking ladder, manages to attack, the werewolf. And then this essentially takes us back to the beginning of the issue, where, the fight starts. And, they keep going. And then the story changes. Now, I did not get this, but apparently this guy, Raymond Corker, was a werewolf in the past at some time. And this voodoo lady on Haiti cures him. And she's like 1,000 years old. I'm like, okay, where did this lady come from? And he tells her that, their werewolves are back. We need some help. While he's talking to her. While Moon Knight and Jack are fighting, Frenchie actually kidnaps his sister and her roommate. And they're going to take them all back, which they keep, a fight just goes on for pages after page until Moon Knight actually knocks out the werewolf and drags his ass off to the helicopter. Again. Yeah. With the police showing up. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to have to figure that one out. All right. Now, so this is the next issue. The cover to this one is better than the cover of the other one.
Oh, yeah.
This almost looks like, to me, a little bit like Kane. Gil Kane. It's got that really sharp.
I was like
Solomon Kane.
No, I wasn't even. I was going even newer to, Spider-Man Kane.
Oh no! But the art looks a little. I tried to look and see if it said who did the cover, but it doesn't. God, it's doing it here again too.
I think it's just shuffling everything.
I don't know why. New computer, but it doesn't say who does the cover. Because I'll say it's still got Don and Howie Perlin doing the inside, and they were classic. They did horror books in the in the 60s and such, and before that as well. 50s,
but I mean,
60s.
Back then, a lot of the cover art was like, "Hey, you new kid, draw the cover for this book. Here's the issue before. Just draw the cover, and here's $50."
No, not the new kid. They'd have the new kid draw the inside. They'd have the dude that's been around forever to draw the cover. Draw the cover, make it look good, and the interior art will look like crap, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe Perlin wasn't good enough to draw the cover.
It just looks different.
Yeah.
But so the story picks up now. Like I said, Moon Knight has managed to get the werewolf onto the damn ladder rope, and Frenchie's taken off with a helicopter, and the police show up, and they're like, "Hey, hold it." And they just damn open fire. And they just keep shooting. They managed to actually shoot Moon Knight through the damn shoulder. So he's got all of this armor and everything else to protect him from fighting a werewolf, and it won't stop a damn 38 slug. Because it goes right through his shoulder. And, they head off. He's screaming, as Frenchie to, lift the thing up while we, head back to Haiti. And this is apparently
Silver.
Yeah. In issue 21, I think it is. 21. 21 is whenever this story part takes place, where we learn about the werewolf and what's going on in Haiti. And the zombie. Apparently, the great granddad has returned and killed some of the family.
Yeah, killed the father and mother in front of the little girl.
Yep. But it's like a backup horror jive. Like I said, all of them were meeting together. in the at that time.
They were laying down, subplots for future issues.
Yeah. And this went actually, what was it? It went 40 something issues. So it went about 4 or 5 years. So it went pretty good. So Moon Knight's still heading on. His whole goal is to get Jack Russell back so he can get his 10 grand. And, I guess halfway there, whatever, the werewolf wakes up. And of course, he's pissed off and he's upset. So they literally jump. The werewolf knocks Moon Knight, jumps and knocks him off the damn rope ladder. And he's screaming, hey, we're 500 feet up. And they fall. And thank God they don't hit the pier. They fall into the water. And
would you believe we missed the pier by that
much? Exactly. They get in this huge fight. Moon Knight damn near drowns his ass and drags him up to the pier. And when he gets up there, the werewolf wakes up again. So they go at it. Did you notice during the fight here, or right after the fight? Did it go back?
It's going crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's this. I told you I had to get the new program, and I did.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to see what it's doing. So now we're back. Yeah, here's the fight. And the werewolf and Moon Knight are fighting. At the end of it, Moon Knight finally knocks out Jack, or doesn't knock him out. He's going to, and the moon sets. The sun comes up. When the sun comes up, he turns back into a human, and Moon Knight knocks his ass out there. And there's a damn wino up there,
lecturing them about not going swimming in that filthy part of the bay, and then he just tosses his empty,
wino bottle in there.
Jack Russell Terrier juice into the ocean.
Jack Russell Terrier juice. But yeah, this is all the corporations and stuff. Camp Paris. So now that Jack is turned back into human, Moon Knight's like, oh, thank God. I don't know if I could have made it again because that dude was kicking my ass. Because they've been fighting for a damn 20 pages. Load him up in the damn helicopter and head back. Of course, now we check in on his buddy who's in a coma. And we don't know if he's going to come out. Even if he does come out, Jack may have screwed him because when he attacked him, he severs his sciatic and femoral nerves. Femoral nerves. He may be paralyzed from the waist down. This ain't good. So Moon Knight finally gets Jack Russell back to the warehouse. And he's like, hey, I just want my 10 grand. I want to get out of here. And the guys are upset. They're like, hey, no, we're going to wait. Make sure he's a werewolf. We don't even know if this is the real guy.
Yeah. Lardass there wants to wait until he actually turns back
into a werewolf. Yeah. And he wants to see which one's his sister because they know when Jack dies, one of them's going to become the werewolf. So he, hassles and everything. He says, apparently the time period has changed here because the damn moon's about to come up. The night's about to come again. And Jack asked him, what the hell do you want the werewolf for? And he says, we're going to basically let him loose on certain people to kill the people that we want him to. Kind of, scare people and everything else. And of course, Jack gets mad.
How any of this works.
No. He gets mad. It's like, hey, when I get out of this cage, I'm going to show you, what a murderer is and everything else. And he screams at him. My Moon Knight just stands there. He's like, hey, he's just watching him. I'm a person too. And finally, the moon does come up, and Jack turns back into the werewolf. And they got him locked in a cage, so he can't get out, like on the bottom panel there. But Moon Knight, who apparently has had plenty of rest and drank a V8 in between the last fight when he had his ass kicked, and now has enough strength to kick the damn bar and bend it. So he kicks the bar on the cage because he gets upset with the guys. And
so hold on a second.
Yeah. Did you miss that part?
No. So apparently,
Uh-huh.
his suit can't stop a lead bullet.
Yeah.
But the boot of his suit can destroy a lead bar from the cage so that the Jack Russell Terrier werewolf can bend it open with his bare hands.
Yeah, it's a steel bar. Yeah. And he's mad. And he's like, and he even calls them lard butts, So you lard butts, I'm gonna save the werewolf. Kicks the damn bar, bends it to enough that the werewolf can bend it the rest of the way and get out. Of course.
But he can only bend it with one hand because one is still injured. He doesn't heal at all.
No. Oh, werewolves in damn D&D heal. They regenerate. The thing that is cool, I did like in here, is when he does turn into the werewolf, even though he's mad, he doesn't remember that he's mad at the other people. He just remembers he's mad at the last person he saw, which is Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So he leaps out of the cage and attacks Moon Knight, who knows what the hell's going on, and just
ducks out of the way.
And uses his little moonerangs to save his sister and her roommate. And he tells them to haul ass. Or what about Jack? Jack's a werewolf. He'll be fine. Get the hell out of here. Who they do? I mean, he's killing people left and right. And of course, as Moon Knight says, Lardbutt goes to run away, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a citizen. You can't do this. I have rights." And Moon Knight, yeah, you got rights. Kicks his ass straight into the werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Who kills him?
And there was a bubble somewhere that said, "I'm not worried about this guy running away. I could catch him with one leg tied behind my back."
Yeah, right here. It's at the top one, Rio. There goes Mr. Anonymous Leader, Lardbutt number 1. I bet I can catch him at a trot. Yeah. And after everybody gets into freaking where the werewolf and Moon Knight kill pretty much everybody in there or render them unconscious. Mark tries to calm him down. Hey, look, we're on the team. We're here. And of course, the werewolf just attacks him, and he manages to swing out of there with the help of a rope that he has up there, and gets to the top. And he's still got his 10 grand in his hand, and watches Jack Russell head out and leave the warehouse. And he just thinks about him. It's good to be good to team up with you, even though you are a werewolf.
Werewolf by Night, the original pound puppy, Jack Russell Terrier.
Damn it. Not pound puppies.
Better than My Little Ponies.
The story was okay.
Yeah.
It's not a great story, but I have never been a huge Werewolf by Night fan. I've only read a few issues, and what little I have read of the characters usually been in a team up books, the Marvel team up books. I do like the original Moon Knight series with Sienkiewicz, which I know me and you talked about that before. But even that character to me is different than this character. This is, you can see where they laid the groundwork for the character here, but they really expand on it later on. And it's all, what do you call him? What'd you say? Monic, however you want to say his name, is the one that just elaborates it and brings it in. But they're not.
I read these two, and then I started reading Spotlight 5 a little bit.
Did you?
But I'm like, oh, look, it's in color, because I only get the black and white. So,
dang it.
I'm like, I don't care. $12
for the black and white.
For the for a 500-page black and white Essential Moon Knight Volume 1 versus just Werewolf by Night 32 at
So why did it go from? I mean, if I'm gonna ask you, if you read these two and then it went from this to Spotlight 5, why did it go to Spotlight 5?
Isn't that like the next appearance of Moon Knight chronologically?
I don't know. It may be. The other thing is, and I think I've sent you a couple links to it. So he'll bear our shout out to one of the podcasts I listen to on a regular basis, the Howard the Duck podcast.
Quack.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But the first issue of Ghost Rider has if Moon Knight's next appearance is in Spotlight 5, freaking Ghost Rider #1 is first appearance of Damian Hellstrom, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. No big deal, but cool.
Yeah. And it just goes to where they were putting all these characters together. Sadly, though, of all the books, and I know you didn't like the Man Thing series, but I think the art in the Man Thing series is better than the Perlin art here.
Probably.
And the damn Tomb of Dracula art has the best of all of it in it, though.
Yeah, this didn't have to be good. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, the art was, like I said,
it was done. Just make it decent.
Yeah, it was passable.
That's it.
It was definitely passable. But interesting reads. I think the later Moon Knight stuff is better, though. I really do. And I'd have to read more Werewolf by Night before I'd make whether I like that or not.
I'll find out because I'm gonna
pass out any minute now.
Any second now. I haven't even cooked dinner yet.
Really?
Yeah. What's your pick for next week?
Well, since you're not a Moon Knight Man Thing fan, we'll do let's do Giant Size, or I'll get the original annual for us, but do the annual #5 Fantastic Four. First appearance of Psycho Man, and then the backup Silver Surfer story.
Okay.
I'll get that over because it'll be cool.
This weekend.
Yep. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
All right. Don't pass out on me.
I'm not. I'm gonna have some coffee and cook or something.
All right, man. Night. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Good night, everybody.